joining me today. We're going to hear a story today that I've told before, and it's actually one that Jesus told his followers. It's a special story that teaches us about loving our neighbor. Let's watch. Hello friends, it's good to see you again today. Today we have our parable box, and so that means that the story that you hear today will be a story that Jesus told. You know, there once was an amazing man who told amazing and wonderful stories. He was so wonderful that people began to follow him. And they would hear the things he would teach about God and about God's kingdom. And one day, someone asked him a question. He said, "Jesus, what's the most important thing in life?" And Jesus said, "You already know the answer." And the person said, "You're right. I know I'm supposed to love the Lord my God with all my heart, my mind, my strength, and my soul, and that I should love my neighbor too." But then he thought for a minute, and then he asked, "Jesus, who is my neighbor?" And so Jesus told a parable. There once was someone who went from Jerusalem down to Jericho. As he went along his way, he was attacked by robbers. They hurt him and took everything he had and left him by the side of the road, half dead. There was also a great priest of the temple who went on the road from Jerusalem down to Jericho. As he went along the way, he came to the place where the traveler who had been hurt had everything taken from him and had been left by the side of the road half dead. When the priest came to him, the priest went to the other side of the road and went along his way. There was also someone who worked at the temple who went from Jerusalem down to Jericho. He was one of the people who helped the priest. He took care of the temple and helped with his music. He was called a Levite. When the Levite came to the place where the traveler was who had been hurt, had everything taken from him, and had been left by the side of the road half dead, he went to the other side and went on his way. But there is more. There was also a person on the road who did not live in Jerusalem. He was visiting from a country called Samaria. The people in Samaria did not like the people of Jerusalem, and the people in Jerusalem did not like the people from Samaria. When the stranger came to where the traveler was who had been hurt, had everything taken from him, and had been left by the side of the road half dead, the stranger went to help him. The stranger put medicine on the places where the person was hurt. He gave him a coat and he picked him up and put him on his donkey. And he took him to an inn to spend the night and to heal. The stranger even stayed with him all that night, and then in the morning he gave the innkeeper enough money for him to stay there until he was well. Jesus told this parable to teach his followers how important it is to love those who do not love you, because the world is going to notice that. Jesus told his disciples that the world will know they are followers of him by the way they love others. easy to love some people, isn't it? It's easy to love friends, and it's easy to love family. But what about people who don't love you? Is it easy to love them? Paul wrote a letter to his church friends in Rome about how they can show love to those who don't like them. It's not easy to love people who don't like you. It's not easy to love our enemies. And this story surprised the listeners because the one who demonstrated love wasn't the priest who served God in the temple. It wasn't the Levite who also served God in the temple. It was the enemy, the Samaritan stranger who showed love for the hurt man. I wonder what would happen if the people who served God had stopped and shown love. I wonder what would happen in the world today if all of us who follow Jesus showed love to our neighbors, even to our enemies. Well, Paul had an idea about that. He said that if we loved like that, then we could defeat or conquer the bad with good. Jesus loves everyone. You, me, those who don't like you and me. To follow Jesus means that we need to love like Jesus, and that means loving everyone too. Boys and girls, we love you, and we are so thankful for you. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.